Hi everyone! We hope that this finds you well and that you had a great holiday season. We're sorry that this is a little late. This past season has been a little crazy with moving and being home for the holidays and everything. Um, we were feeling really encouraged. I know we got to see a few of you over the holidays, which was really sweet. And so we hope that you got to have some great time with your family or friends over this season. We just made it to Fort Collins about 2 weeks ago. We're almost done with unpacking. I think we have our kind of office / guest room piled high with boxes that don't fit in the other rooms, but the rest of the rooms are feeling a little unpacked, so that's been really sweet. Our stuff ended up coming a week later than we were expecting, which actually turned out to be great because we got to kind of get out of our house and explore the city a little bit. So since we've been here, we've just really been enjoying exploring the city of Fort Collins, making it feel like home with our team, which has been really sweet.
Yeah. So like Krista said, we've been here for about 14 days. A little bit, I guess it's 12 now. And it's been really sweet. I think there was such a period of time there. I mean, since we committed to going in December, it had been 10 months, and we had been building our core team and just really focusing on getting to know one another and building that relationship and that foundation of trust we need to have with one another. And so there was a sense of like, I just don't know what this is going to be when we hit the ground and we're in Fort Collins and what to really expect. And there's just the timeline is unique in the sense of what we've done as a church in the past. With the coming school year not starting until August 2023. And so it's just different than some of the things we experienced. So it was just, we didn't know what it was going to look like. But since we've been here, we've still been focusing, students aren't back yet, so we've still been focusing on rhythms together. We have dinner together as a team every night, which has been really sweet. We'll just take turns cooking and cleaning, and we just get to spend time in fellowship with one another. We're also having a Sunday gathering right now, just in a home, and so it's intimate. It's 6 or 7 of us, and so it's small, and we're just starting the book of Ephesians together. We just started with some background on the letter to the Ephesian church, and then the first 2 verses this last Sunday. So we're looking forward to jumping into that pretty much between now and probably summer, and so it'll be a pretty lengthy thing, I imagine. And there's been some other people as well and some cool stories, and so even we all got the same gym membership. Like we all go to the same gym in just half a mile south of campus, and it's tons of fun. Like it's a great gym, but it's just fun to the team. Like we'll hang out in the evening, after people come back from work or whatever it is they're doing, and we'll have dinner together, and we'll go to the gym and we'll work out. And that's actually been a good spot for myself and our roommate for meeting people. Like for whatever reason, just every time after we work out, we hit the sauna, like someone's down to talk. And so last night met a guy named Joshua. He's 44. And just got to have a really interesting conversation with him. He had a near-death experience this last week, and I told him, like, right now I'm thinking about unpacking and getting my Colorado driver's license and all that stuff. But when you have a near-death experience, I'm imagining you're thinking about different things. So what are you thinking about on a week you had a pretty significant experience like that? And so we got to have this cool conversation. And he tells me his name is Joshua. And based on the conversation, I said, that's interesting. Do you know what the name Joshua means? Because we had just been talking about it at church, at our Sunday gathering that morning. And I got to share with him about Yahweh is salvation, or God is delivered. And so got to start a conversation there with him, and looking forward to talking to Joshua more. Also met a guy named Grim at the gym. Grim's awesome. We've hung out a few times. He literally showed up a week after we'd been here. I just texted him, I was like, hey, our stuff just got here, want to come help us unload? And he's like, yeah. And so he's at our house, like with just this guy Grim, who's not a believer, and our core team, unloading our trailer and putting stuff in our house. And so started to develop some friendships with those guys, and it's been cool. We also have a connection with a professor at CSU, and that's been a massive blessing. There's a man named Samuel. He teaches like a digital marketing, social media marketing at Colorado State University. And he had our team over for New Year's Eve. And so we had a New Year's Eve party at his house, just like as soon as we got here. And he was at our first Sunday gathering as a church. He couldn't make it this last week. He was out of town. But it looks like Samuel's going to be around. And so that's also just a real a blessing and a really awesome inroad into the campus for our church that the Lord has provided. He's already having conversations with us about how to help us become a student organization on campus, which is necessary for renting a space or booking a space so that in the future we could have access to the campus for Sunday gatherings or tabling to meet students or throwing events or all that stuff. It typically means we have to be a student org. And so Samuel's kind of an inroad for that, and he's excited to be that and has already started making moves on that for our church. So there's just been some cool dailiness since we've been here, and we have some promptings from the Lord to take that further into more daily worship and time in the Word together. And so we're just getting settled. We're just figuring out what it's going to look like. We're going to start hitting the campus soon. Students get back in, it's like 8 days, I think.
A week, yeah.
Like 7-8 days. We're going to start hitting the campus and prayer walking quite a bit. And so more updates about that as it comes. I think we're just kind of experiencing it, honestly, more than planning it. And so just excited to see what doors the Lord opens for us in Colorado.
Yeah. And something really cool about the gym that all of our team joined is the manager told us that about 50% of the student, or 50% of the people who are a part of that gym are students. And so that's going to be a great way for us to meet students by just doing part of our normal rhythms. And so what we're hoping for in this next season, again, we're not really sure exactly what it's going to look like. We are going to continue doing the dailiness, the rhythms with our team, hopefully having dinners together every night. That's been a really good way to connect with each other, to make everyone feel like they're a part of something and they're not isolated. And so hopefully that will be a way to invite other people that we meet into those, that those spaces would be, we could always count on, come over and have dinner with me and some of my friends. So hopefully the more that we meet students, that will just be a way for us to invite them into our lives and into the whole core team as a whole. And yeah, once students get here in about a week, we're planning to do a lot more prayer walks on campus to make going to campus part of our routines. Our team as a whole will meet together for dinner and then walk to campus and spend some time praying and trying to meet students there. The great thing about where we all kind of miraculously got housing, I know last time we sent out an update, we were still all looking for housing. And in, like the 2 weeks before we moved, we got to sign a lease with our roommate, and then
it was 5 days before we left Bellingham. 5 days before we moved out of Bellingham, like we still didn't have a lease signed in Fort Collins, but we just knew we were supposed to go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so we got to sign a lease, and it's a house like less than a mile away from campus, like close, within walking distance. And then 2 other girls who are living together on our team also signed a lease about the same time we did for a place equally close to campus. And so we are going to make going to campus a part of our kind of weekly rhythms, and honestly just starting out like just by inviting people into our lives. There's a girl, Peyton, who's a freshman at CSU this year, and we actually know her because she was a part of a church back in Bellingham who we were connected to. And so hoping to just invite her into our lives, do some just dailiness with her, and yeah, start making disciples kind of off the ground. So those are kind of our hopes for this next season, that we would be able to be intentional with our time, that we would keep focusing on the college campus. I think it's been really fun to explore the city, but I think a big prayer is that we wouldn't be distracted by that, and that we wouldn't just fall into just living in the city with a group of people that we know, but that we would continue to be missional towards the campus, which is ultimately why we came here. And so that's a big hope for this next season, that we would stay focused on the goal of why we came here in the first place.
Yeah, the reality is like we honestly don't know what to expect right now in a lot of ways, and it's kind of unfolding before us daily, and we're just trying to show up in faith, like Lord, what do you have for us today? Um, and so it's not like we can get on a call and be like, hey guys, this is what the next month is going to be like, or that sort of thing. It feels like the most just open hands sort of season we've been in a long time. And so with that being our reality, I want you guys to know we're extremely thankful for you. We got to do some typing and sharing some of this in the body of the newsletter, but we're just really thankful for you guys. Like Krista and I have experienced and felt that care and love, especially over this last month, from just different check-ins and as we were traveling and going through Tri-Cities and Boise. It's very evident to us we have a team of people behind us that care about us, that want to honor the Lord with their prayers and with their finances, a team of people that want to see college students reach with the gospel and churches planted. And so we're just extremely thankful and want you guys to know the type of season we are in on the ground here, and how you guys can be praying, and just that you guys are really up front line with us in prayer. And so we're going to be on campus praying. We just ask you guys to be in your homes, in your cars, around your kitchen tables, with each other, praying and asking that the Lord would move at Colorado State University, and he would save people like Grim and Joshua and other people that we meet. And so we expect big things in this season, and we want to take it in faith as the Lord answers prayers in whatever way he chooses to do. So we're thankful for you guys and the way you've partnered with us and just loved us and cared for us over this season. So thanks for being in our lives and being ministry partners.
Yeah, we love you, and we are so appreciative of all you do. So we'll keep you updated with as we meet more people and as we get more acquainted with our city. And we just thank you for your prayers, and thank you for being so faithful to us. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.